Tired of shit. I'm tired of shit. Holy fucking shit. I'm tired of shit. Ba-dum-bum. So we got price in the downtrend. Man, we're just... Ever since yesterday, we're just dropping. So remember, today is Friday. Let's not get bamboozled on a Friday. If price wants to dance, let's let it dance. Price is underneath S1 right now, but it's pretty over. No, we're not oversold. Oh, Valerie, hi, you know, my sleep patterns have been so off lately. They've been so off that even though last night I got a solid 6 hours of sleep, it doesn't feel like it's enough. But I do it to myself. That's the cycle part about things, you know? It's like, I know what I'm doing, and I still choose to do it, you know? What is wrong with me? In the pursuit of happiness and living life, that is the difficult part about it. I make myself suffer. Yuzo, I'm updating you right now. I know you said you send over or whatever, but just send over whenever. You're good for it. But I didn't get a chance to update it. I'm updating right now. Maybe I should start yelling in the morning. Maybe if I yell in the morning, that'll be like coffee. Maybe I should start doing something like that. Oh, you already did? How come I didn't see it? No hell. How do you usually send over? Oh, PayPal. No. Okay, you're updated. Give it a refresh. So we got price already headed down to S2. That's quick movement. For me, I'm not entered into that. That is it's a lot of movement already. We're moving a lot. Ever since yesterday, that 8,000 pip drop. Now if we look at today, yeah, today we moved about 7,000 pips right now. So that's to always gotta look at that shit because because it doesn't look like a lot of movement, but it's a lot of movement. So like right now, this 630 candle, yeah, that's like 2,000 pips. So now that price is pretty much about 90% to S2. I'm pretty much just gonna wait. You know, same thing. Same thing every day. I wanna take my entry on or near the gold zone. Right now we're too close to S2, but still too far away to make a decision. So what do? We just wait. Wow. Nas is bouncing way up. Oh, you know, when my alarm went off, I was so pissed. I was so fucking pissed that my alarm went off. Like, I gotta fucking get up. I don't wanna get up. My alarm went off. I looked at my phone. I got angry. And then I dealt with the situation. Well, you gotta get up, Ed. You gotta get your dumb ass up. But I need to sleep after this again. I gotta head up to Seattle again. Oh. Seattle, Seattle, Seattle. That drive is becoming shorter and shorter to me. Although I'll usually speed it and get there in like 2 hours, so it's not that bad. $6.35 is giving us a little support here. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. It ain't easy being cheesy. I'm Cheeseburger Eddie, bitch. So we got price possibly Wing out, or like supporting. 8,000, 7,000 pips to the downside is massive. I'm gonna look left right now. Yeah, if we look left, this is a whole bunch of times price went and supported. Oh, we kind of are at an uptrend line. Oh yeah, we are at a big ass area of support. On the 4 hour, we're in a uptrend channel. You don't say. It ain't easy being cheesy. Yeah, we might support up this area. We just might support on up from this area. It's about 1,000 pips. 630's candle was what? 2,000-ish pips? 630 was 2,300. Ain't that some shit? I'm gonna get some water. I'll be back. Itadakimasu, itadakimasu. Ooh, ah, ooh. Oh. Kinda looks like we're bottoming out here. Girl, take off your clothes and your body. It's a hammer. Hammer off a level. big support here. Got big volume back up. Big volume supporting here. Shit, I need to get my charger. Price is back up in the middle of two gold zones. Underneath perp in the downtrend structure. Got a little rejection here coming back down.
with this guy here. You remember him, Mark Gebauer is Mr. Connoisseur of Fragrances, and if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the world's most expensive fragrances.
We have here the very special selection, and as you probably know, perfume is something valuable and extremely important in the UAE, in the Arabic world. And we have here the keystone, which is called oud. And oud is something incredible, and you have really gathered some amazing pieces. I mean, look at the box.
It's Malaysian oud, rare pieces. This is more than 100 years old.
How much is it?
This will be 250,000 dirham. So, like $70,000.
$70,000.
For a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this will be
And a nice box. But that's crazy.
It's not easy to find like this piece.
So how much oud liquid can you get from this piece of wood?
Like you can sell 300 grams.
300 grams?
Yes.
And how do you actually get it? How does that turn into the liquid?
You have to boil it for days and days and days. The best parts of the tree you don't use for the oil itself. You use it for burning.
So you take this whole piece?
No.
Okay.
We can.
Yeah, we cutting
Wait.
more.
I'm imagining a bucket.
I will show you
You
something.
boil the water. And where does the oud go? How does it work?
We have something here.
Like this, it's big piece. We have
Before anybody
big-
looks at me, what did you think happened?
No, I thought, but I just didn't think to put the whole log in.
Here we prepare.
Where did you get this from?
This is from that is Indian oud. This is also more old. It's 150 years old.
So the tree itself, the tree needs to grow for 150 years.
To have.
How much
Support him back up again.
No, this is per kg. We are sell 1 kg 500,000 dirham.
That's $180,000.
Like 160.
Yeah.
160, and you just broke a piece off?
Exactly.
And now we have to pay close attention. You see that it will exit, and there will be bubbles, and the oil inside will be coming.
So if you found the smell, you will feel something is very old. It's not a new smell only, but it's strong.
Oh.
Well, it's strong.
It's very strong, yeah.
Now the magic happens.
Look at that. So how do you collect it?
No. This is the best wood. You burn it. You know,
You haven't even bought me dinner.
Yeah. Like this, you stay.
I cannot believe what you're doing here, Mark.
Yeah. And now everything you know will smell nice.
Yeah, you're quite good. You know, I feel amazing. Pairs well with what do you call it? BO. Yeah, it pairs really nicely with that. Yeah.
Steve goes down his shirt.
What's BO?
So how long will this burn for?
Now this one will hold for 10 minutes or so.
Like $70,000.
70.
Always so fun when we get to take them.
Yeah,
For sure.
They actually make me, enjoy it again because
Sling the bat when you were 9 years of age. When your father suggested that, what was your initial thought?
I told him he tried to bite me. He said bite him too. It was very funny moments in my life.
He was like my friend. It was like very, very close relationship with my father. Was like everything for me. He had old school mind, old school discipline.
Кому-то, может быть, и моя методика не такая. Я по стилю сам диктатор.
All my life I have schedule, I have rules, I have discipline. Of course, sometimes I didn't understand it, but I all the time followed it because my father said it.
Сюда приходят люди за советом, как сделать. Если я дал вам совет, и указал на какие-то ошибки, исправил и сказал, тебе нужно вот так, он должен это делать.
He makes me
But still kind of dancing underneath perp.
to do nothing. He just find me something, but he don't give me time. Always, he always will do. I'm like, why I have to do this? Like, I don't understand.
Habib's father, Abdulmanan bin is critically important.
Also, people are just generally, like, especially girls, like, they're just generally nice.
Jesus, just letting you know you're off of mute, Jesus.
Which they reside.
I grew up in very small village with very poor life. When you have a hard life, when you have a tough life, this one is gonna broke you or you're gonna become strong. Only one thing's gonna happen with you. I think I just become
comes from.
I think a lot of people don't realize how fight-oriented Dagestan is. I mean, it's the mecca for fighting.
Wrestling is like a traditional sport in Dagestan. I think we have almost like 30 Olympic champions in freestyle wrestling.
And they've had experience since they were kids, fighting at like 6, 7, 8 years old, like full-on fights.
Man, oh man. Come on, Friday.
Sling the bat when you were 9 years of age.
So he was walking, hey, what's cracking, everybody? Uncle Charlie at Cruz, and hey, so I just got a call from the doctors for my lab work, my blood tests and stuff like that. And my cholesterol was high, the first one. Now, the threshold was what, 200? Something like that. Anyway,
Yeah, Price still rejecting. Looking like it wants to make its finish push to the go zone.
So I'm back to normal with the cholesterol, getting down. And this is not taking medicines now. This is all Uncle eating healthy, losing weight, staying away. My blood sugar, the diabetic side, borderline is 6.4. When I first started this journey, my blood sugar was 7.9. Yeah. Then the second time I took my blood sugar, my blood work, I went down to 5.9. So I'm out of the diabetic stage. Pre-diabetic is 5.6. The threshold is 5.6 for pre-diabetic. In 3 months, with what I'm doing eating, I still snack and cheat every once in a while, but overall, cutting out most of the sugars and starches. I'm a firm believer drinking that stevia, freshwater agua frescas, all these natural things. I'm using straight stevia, monk fruit, golden monk fruit. Eat a lot of nuts and fruits, pistachios, cashews, walnuts, almonds. Eat a lot of nuts is good. Vegetables is good. A lot of meat. I eat a lot of meat. And just trying to stay away from the rice and stuff like that. I eat rice. I eat brown rice. I eat basmati, brown basmati, stuff like that. But I drink Zevias and freshwater agua frescas every day. When I get them, I get them. I want to see if I can buy more Zevias before they sell out because Costco had that star. They're gonna take it away, but I'm gonna do that. So Uncle's blood sugar went down from 5.9 to 5.6. So I'm right on the threshold of that pre-diabetic. If I can bring, and it's on a downtrend from 7.9 to 5.9 to 5.6. The doctor's up.
And Jared Bell, your ram trade benefit driveway, I go back there into the unlimited category.
That's snitching.
It's not snitching if I had permission. More or less is bratting over the years. She's
I'm gonna show you why Denise siempre me da la contra. Are you getting big? How long you been together?
34 years.
Married how long?
31 years.
Do you guys have a joint bank account or do you keep every...
John, what's happening, man? John, what's happening?
Covered up over here. We got a ton of work to do.
yeah, I didn't even drop you off a project. I kind of dropped you off an idea.
Exactly. And I'm really thinking about
Coming to the KO. Makes new car. What?
Today we have an M4 CSL in the house for a Keys USA DME unlock, and we need to remove the DME. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions on how to do this if you're going to be shipping your DME in, so let me show you in about 60 seconds. First thing you're going to need to do is disconnect the negative terminal from your battery. Just set it to the side. Next, we need to remove the engine bracing. These are removed with 15 mils and 13 mils. Now, if yours doesn't look like this, all you need to do is remove the top portions. Next, to remove the DME cover, you're going to gently slide over the fuel line. There's a lot of flex. Pop it up in the back, and then you rock it out just like that. You can see the tab right here slides into this slot. All right, when you look at the DME, there are 2 small connectors over here. You have 6 main down the middle, and then over here you have 4 more small. What I like to do is I like to use a clock and then mark everything from the back. So this gets labeled 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. But before you start removing, always take a picture because it
B46, a B48, or a B58, typically you only have to worry about the main harnesses. They typically don't have all those wires that cross over, so it tends to be a little bit easier, but that's how easy it is to pull a DME from a modern BMW. Today we have it at...
Kinda boring.
California, Jumbo Spider Road. Shell crab.
Kind of just ranging out right here, bottoming out. What I'm currently looking at is to see if we're going to support back up and kind of correct. Throughout Asia and London, we've had some pretty big movement to the downside, so either New York will continue or it'll reject and head back up. So looks like that's what price is trying to figure out what it wants to do.
Tesla took a deep breath and activated the machine that would send the charged particles coursing through an intricate network of wires and coils. At first, the tower generated a low hum, but the sound grew louder and louder until it was a deafening roar. Once the machine was fully charged, a beam of light brighter than the sun shot out of the tower and sliced through the air. For 10 or 15 seconds, vast amounts of energy poured into the atmosphere. Then it suddenly stopped. Darkness followed, and the only sound was a crackling of static from the residual electricity created by the machine. Tesla felt an intense rush of inspiration. The machine worked. He was funding would be secure, he could continue his work. But Tesla's excitement would last only a few moments. He looked at the readings on his death ray machine. It worked, but it worked too well. Rather than a dazzling light show, Tesla had created a massive wave of energy, 1,000 times more powerful than an atomic bomb. This immense power caused the energy beam to overshoot its target. It didn't land in the sky above Ellesmere. It made landfall somewhere in Russia. But even Tesla didn't know how destructive his weapon really was.
Crashing down all around. At first, I thought it was an earthquake, but the air was filled with the sound of explosions and gunfire. Something dark and terrible was happening.
It was finally clear. The forest was a charged wasteland. The trees had been ripped from the ground, and there was nothing left but stones and ash. The air was thick with the smell of burning wood, with no sounds of birds or insects or animals.
Bác chủ hộ.
Xin chào, anh em ở biệt đội Sa Đàn.
Mua con cá không bác?
Cái chỗ lâu này nó ngập lắm, nhiều quá, không ai lo lắng.
Vậy thì bắt đầu học tiếng Việt khi nào?
Em không rõ nữa, bởi vì hồi nhỏ em tiếp xúc với người Việt từ nhỏ lên. Cô mà cho quen ấy, mới đem em về quê của cô ấy, bởi vì mẹ em hồi đó.
Hey, Daddy. Hey, baby. What season is it?
Gumbo season, man. That's what we cooking in.
You sent me this voice memo right here. Tell me if this works.
There's been some changes in our life, but I feel the
Oh, it's great, man. I like this part. You guys
don't know why.
Okay, I improvised. Wait, so my little basketball tempo, if you heard this, or what I did was in my hotel room last night, I lined it up to the tempo.
There's been some changes in our life, oh, I can feel the distance, space and time.
Just wait. Okay, so check it out. So now we'll go back to the vocals in a second. We want to make some drums here. So I really like, when you say distance, that sounds like a hi-hat.
I can feel the distance.
So just take notes, and then just, and it's a little hi-hat. Okay, so don't clap yet. So, very loud. Okay, so now we make our kick drum.
There's been some changes.
Still respecting perp. Still ranging.
Almost there. A little beat, and then you put the kick drum with your hi-hat. It sounds like this. Can you snap me? What did you say? Okay. Perfect. So. Okay, so that's the drum. So let's go back. Crazy, man. Just wait. Let's go back to the vocals now. And here's another harmony, a little bit lower.
There's been some changes.
And here's a really, really low one. But look what happens when you put everything together.
There's been some changes in our life, oh, I can feel the distance. There's been some changes in our life, oh, I can feel the distance. Space and time has made everything different. Day and night, oh, everything has changed. I don't know why.
What are you talking about? Dude, you are brilliant. You are unbelievable.
You sent me.
Yeah, chào mọi người, đây là vậy là chính thức.
Hi everyone, as a team, how are you?
Those are vicious. And I'm not talking about the ants. I'm talking about the tree. That was an acacia tree. These trees are known for giving off a very delicious nectar, specifically for ants. They love the only thing is the nectar is the trap. Once the ants consume the nectar, it destroys their digestive system. It makes it where the ant can't digest any other food in the world besides that nectar. And at that point, the entire colony of ants are dependent on the tree. I didn't know trees can be so dirty. And it gets crazy. Once the ants get to a point where they can.
So are we bottoming out here? If we're bottoming out, we're making a low. It's kind of like a very tiny wedge being formed.
Ants get to a point where they can only consume the nectar, that
Parmigiano Reggiano.
Anything else out there that you see is just an imitation. But I've always had a deep desire to know the secret of how it's made and even make a meal myself.
Hey, hon, what you doing? Hey. Hi. How you doing? You picked an odd place to sleep. What are you doing today? Here, I'll help you up. You want help? Come on. Is that your purse over there? Let's go and grab that. Now let's get you out of the cold. Go ahead and grab some. Whoa! Spill your soda. Hey. Pretty strong. Well, right now you're not acting up. There's a phone anywhere. You think this man...
We'll see what happens when you steam 400 pounds of lobster all at once.
Have you ever seen 200 lobsters die at the same time? I just did. Are they alive when they go in? Yeah, but not all.
But first, let's back up. Our East Coast cross-country seafood
So we got price bottoming out here. Little wedge being formed. Perp playing resistance.
Now, we've worked our way south, all the way down to the Florida Keys.
Jeez, dolphins. There's like 3 dolphins behind you. That looks awesome.
The Sunshine State was heaven for seafood lovers, from swordfish to mahi-mahi and everything in between. But today, we're after one of this state's most highly regulated underwater dwellers.
If you take the whole body onto land, that is a criminal offense. That is illegal. That is something you cannot do. That's correct.
Along the way, we'll settle the debate of which is truly superior between the Maine lobster and the Florida lobster with my friend Google.
There's no comparison.
Sorry, you're triggering me.
It all starts bright and early on the water.
It's a beautiful morning. I gotta say, it's miserable out here. Right now we're heading out to the trapping area, a couple hours off the coast. It's pretty choppy out here. My camera guys are about to puke at any second. It's a little sporty sometimes. That's a more positive way to spin it.
Meet Paul, a seasoned 25-year commercial fisherman. He heads out.
Ribbing in July.
Pinal County Sheriff Ross People. We just took another pervert off the streets of San Valley. Check out this video. This sicko was in possession of child pornography. It's a classic felony. There was no way we were going to give him a chance to get away, so we used your graphic.
If you don't follow commands, I will send my dog to you.
After his arrest, we served a search warrant on 2 separate houses, and we collected a lot more evidence. We received a tip that this individual had child sexual abuse material, arms, and electronic devices. You know what else made this guy dangerous? He decided to do cocaine before he got in the vehicle and drove down the roadway. We caught up with him. He was weaving all over the road. We grappled him and frank processed him for DUI.
You are under arrest for DUI. The mixture of whatever substance is used with that 19% by cocaine. Obviously, on every test that we've done, there's been pretty significant physical impairment.
But detectives did a great job. Also want to thank our federal partners at HSI and local Twin Creek PD.
See if we're breaking out of this little wedge. See if we're getting above perp possibly.
It is time for you. I honestly have no idea how much anybody follows anything, but my name is Michael. I convert semi-trailers into farms because America's running on bunker fuel. So I teach people to grow culinary food much.
We're gonna find you a very nice girl. Tell me your name again. Henry. Now.
Today we're here to celebrate the growth of our age.
I'm 18.
Do you think that whole phases are necessary?
Absolutely not. A woman should try to cherish her virginity because at the end of the day, and I'm no one to say this because I am a hypocrite, but in the future I hope that my daughter does save her virginity. She finds
So we got nice volume pushing through perp right now. After we just bottomed out over there.
Here are 7 most surprising ancient cooking traditions that still exist today. Where food
Kind of hard that, I am a provider. I guess you don't really understand that as much now that, you have this big studio and stuff like that, so maybe you kind of can't comprehend that.
How do I not understand that? You think businesses that have
working multiple jobs to then afford taking care of themselves and their mother?
Let's see if price gets back up to previous gold zone.
Now you're kind of losing that understanding.
You? Who do you think you
I think you just need to be a little bit humbled. So I work in a nonprofit with foster care, and I'm also a provider.
What is your job?
I work in like a mentorship program, so I'm like a intake coordinator.
How many hours a week are you doing?
40 hours.
So that candle was a hard bullish for a majority of that 5 minutes, and now it's turning into a wick to the top.
Okay.
Yes? You know what I've been craving? Your mom's chicharrón.
Con chile verde.
Or her gorditas.
You have to get the masa of this one.
You can't do it?
We'll have a mistake.
I'll look it up.
My aunt is visiting from Mexico City. She's not thinking about you at all. Trae chicharrones, trae tortillas para hacer chilaquiles. Este lo traje mi tía Lola de México.
Wow, ¿tía Isra queso?
Sí, y la masa para las tortillas que querías.
Los chilaquiles, gorditas.
Sí, chicharrón. Tengo que traer todo, pues no te trae nada. Pero pobre ya, yo aquí, la cebolla. Pues si cebolla tienes, pues sí.
Okay.
I can't wait to try these bad boys. Es una tienda de chicles. You are welcome. Yeah. Dile el nombre de ti.
Daddy, come in.
You guys normally do in Canada for New Year's Eve?
You don't have a Canadian accent. I didn't know you.
Ali, yeah. We are into watching music. I can see you're wearing Rolling Pin the same color. With the watch, with the message. Radio message. With the message. What about you?
Ellie, just get in the car. The sun's coming up. We gotta get to the tailgate. Because I'm trying to save gas, Ellie.
No, this is embarrassing. Nobody wants to be in carrito pagado. If you see me in the back, it's not fair to road.
There's a way bigger chance that we...
So I almost accidentally hit Scott with the ATV thing. He's fine.
I couldn't be more proud. I tried to jump out of the bush and scare while she was on me.
On your mark.
I'm American New York.
Oh, yeah. Get
Man, it's funny for that. You can move for funny. You come down here? What's up, bro? Flying, bro. It's all about, bro. I thought you never asked. You can move, man. It's funny, bro. What do you want, man?
Nice little hammer forming. Big hammer forming. Both indices pushing up right now. So price looking like it wants to push out of this tiny little wedge that we were forming here at the bottom. Price pushed down like 8,000 pips during Asia and London, so this rejection kind of makes sense. Let's see if perp can be broken, and let's see if price can stay above perp. We are working against a downtrend structure to the top side though. But currently we bottomed out and price is looking like it wants to possibly break the downtrend and head on up. We shall see. So we got our first candle to push us above perp. After we bottomed out and kind of like ranged at the bottom. We got gold zone maybe about 600-700 pips away. We're kind of on a downtrend right now. That's what I'm looking at, to be careful about this first perp break. But I'm just going to kind of be patient here and wait to see if price stays above perp and maybe gets us to the top side a little bit more.
Good, let this relax. You're just kind of shaking. Good, just like that.
No, I mean, I keep adjusting mine. Remember, these trend lines, these zones, they're areas, right? They're not always going to be drawn super beautifully. Like today, it's kind of janky. You know, you just use it as areas. Because if it's going to break, regardless on how perfect the trend line is, well, it'll break. You know, like it'll make its move through it. No matter if it's perfectly aligned with highs or lows, no matter if it's kind of crooked like today. The one thing that we do know is that price is underneath the trend line right now. So we are in a downtrend structure, but this is the first push above perp. So I'm just watching it closely. Like, what is going to be stronger right now? Is the downtrend line going to be stronger, or is perp going to be stronger?
The only time that I'm gonna let myself get that is when I'm having a random baby. The only exception, the only time. So you wanna help me with that? Yeah. Right, right.
Going back to Honolulu just to get that Maui Wowie, that Maui Wowie.
good.
Hey,
What's going on?
it's your neighbor to the right.
Ah, okay. Hey, what's going on, guys?
We were just checking in about the noise, but now we realize it's not your house.
Say it one more time.
We heard about the partying going on, but now we just realized it's not at your house. It's behind us.
Ah, okay. Okay, okay.
Now I
All
just
good.
want to introduce myself and say hello, but that's okay. Hello. Okay, let me see.
Is she there? That's on my love.
Look at this. That's my belly button thing. Every night.
So we got some support there on perp. Let's see if this can confirm a little bit for us.
Every man for himself right now. This is how I grew up.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You need caffeine to function. Take L-theanine. Carry too much weight in your midsection.
Very hard, extremely hard to hit on this golden woman. Only she's a millennial, so she's only used to flirting through an app like text message. So because she swatted me away continuously, I'm hell no, burrito, that's not
Oh, hell no, burrito. That's not me. Oh, son of a shit. Fucking shit. Come on. You better live your life. Da, 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 da. cat at my door. So we got price made one pretty good bullish engulfing candle above perp. The only thing that we're looking at standing in the way is this downtrend line. So this is pretty much London low. So if price can break into London low and like break up into London, that will be pretty solid. But we are at that downtrend line, which makes me nervous. So I'm already about 130, 140 bucks in profit, but I'm going to move my stop loss into profit. At least like 100 bucks right there. And see if we don't, because if we don't break this downtrend line, we might kind of just range here. I'd like to see a clear break of this downtrend line, and if not, price might just kind of dance around this area. So I'm all right on a Friday. If I take 105, that will end my day 315. We'll see what we do here. So price did just give us a little push, a nice bullish engulfing off of perp. Kind of reconfirming that price may want to stay above perp, but we are coming into a downtrend line. And I move stop loss 105 in profit, floating about 150-ish. I was considering leaving stop loss at its initial entry, but we moved about 8,000 pips to the downside, which means these candles are worth a lot. So even though these candles look relatively small, they're all roughly about 8 to 1,000 pips in size. So I'm not going to leave this up to faith to see if price wants to break the downtrend, especially when I'm in profit. I'll take 315 for the day, or if this decides to bounce up, I'm all right with that. Living mama's life, can't go back to me, baby. Let's get this fucking break. Come on. Let's get this break. Fucking Nas is just running straight to the heavens. Come on, get the break. Get the break! Get the fucking break! I think yelling is a good way to increase my adrenaline. Get the energy flowing. Ooh-sa. 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 Come on, get up. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I gotta get the higher powers in here. Come on! It's looking good though. Come on. We need volume. What time is it? 7:48? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done as on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass us, and lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from evil. Amen. So prices testing the gold zone right now. I'm still in profit at 105. I might move stop loss into profit just a little bit more in case price rejects this area. So floating in profit 229. As we kind of make our mind up in this area, I'm just gonna go right above, or pretty much right above the trend line. So 169 in profit. Stop loss is in profit 169, floating 222. If we don't break this gold zone hard, then there's a chance that we will reject. But price is above perp, so let's see what we get here. Once again, I'm in profit 170 times 3. You know, floating in profit 230. So even if I was to exit right now, what is that? 246, 690-ish. If I was to just exit right here, but I'm gonna give it some time. Right? It's tough though, because we got the gold zone and we got the downtrend line. So the nice thing is, I mean, if you're already in profit, it's okay if it comes back down, right? Exit, whatever, tap me out. But if you're not in a trade, it's also like a good area to consider getting in if we can break hard to the top. But this is what I don't want to happen, is price to dance. Because the one thing that we do know when we get to these fucking gold zones is that price can dance, right? Price can sometimes just range here for hours, or it can break, right? Or it can reject. And that's kind of why we play the game we play, right? We play the game we play to get into profit, to see if we'll break, reject, or range here. But what I like about my entry, and hopefully your guys' entry, is that this is the first initial area that price is above perp. So if this is where we start the uptrend, there's some profits to be made. Right? If you guys look at yesterday's entry, we were at the very top. We were at the very top of price coming down. Like, go look back at that, realize how freaking crazy accurate trading with the juice is, and use that as motivation to get fucking good at this, guys. Because seriously, where we jumped in, at that point, price dropped 8,000 pips. Dollar pip, 8 G's in your pocket. 50 cents a pip, $4,000 in your pocket. You know what I mean? Put that shit into perspective however you guys have to realize how easy money is. This is easier than dealing drugs. I think dealing drugs is easy. This is easier. With a very low risk. With a much lower risk of going to prison. But if you look at where we're at, right? Once again, we are at London's low. We are at the beginning of 630. So what's happening right now with price stalling out, right? This is an area where you would want to be in profit, or you would want to be careful about not moving stop loss into profit, right? Because price can reject this area and drop. Like if it rejects this area, it's a gold zone rejection, it's a downtrend rejection, it's a London low rejection. So it's a pretty strong area, right? The only thing we can do is kind of allow price to respond to this area, and then we follow, right? That's all our job is. Watch to see how price responds to the area, jump in. That's it. That's all our job is to do. And why we might be slowing down here, I mean, we're fairly overbought, right? Overbought doesn't mean we're necessarily going to turn around, right? There is a chance we can turn around, and if it does, and we're overbought, then great, that makes sense. But remember, being overbought can also mean that we're trending up, right? If we break this downtrend, then that will just reconfirm we're trending up. But if you look at everything, where's the three opportunities? Where's the three opportunities for an entry? Who can tell me where was the three? What three candles could you have considered buying in on? Because if you got into an entry, I want to know what you got into. And if you didn't, still tell me where you think the entry should have been. We got price rejecting a little bit here. Price might not want to break this gold zone quickly. What you got, Daniel? What you got? $7.25 over perp looks good. Yeah, right? That's the only one. For me, I entered in off of 7.15. Right? For me, I entered in off of 7.15. I'm recognizing that price is in a wedge. I'm recognizing that we're creating this bottom. So I enter into one contract. I confirm and I add contracts at 7.25. But that's just it. That's it. There's always going to be like just one candle that decides everything. Especially like with direction. Right? Throughout the whole wedging process of price being here bottoming out on the level, I really do nothing except just understand everything, right? That's why I measured out the day. I saw that we moved 7,000 pips to the downside. I'm like, okay, that's a lot. Considering the last 2 weeks, we averaged out maybe 4,000 to 6,000 pips. So if we go 7,000 pips today, and that's where we were beginning, you know, what do I look at? I look at 630 and I'm like, that could be them tricking us, right? It could be them tricking us into believing that price wants to continue down. But 7,000 pips, we're coming into S2 gold zone. You know, I'm not so excited to take a sell-off. So be patient. We established that this level is an area of support. As we're wedging, I'm just being patient. You know, I'm like, okay, at some point this is going to break. 715 gives us one more push off the bottom of that level. I take the risk at that point. I'm like, right, because what is the one thing that we know for sure 100%? We know that price is going to go somewhere. So if we're wedging, I'm just using my best judgment to get in for my first initial entry. This wick right here, I called it out. I called it out because it scared me, right? I have to be aware. If price does want to drop, I'll take a small loss. I'll take a small profit. But I have to be aware that if that wick could push us right back down into the wedge and maybe finish the push down to S2. But luckily the next candle doesn't, right? I don't panic off the first wick. I wait for the next candle, 725 to hit. Add contracts. Boom, we're here at the gold zone. I'm already in profit. I'm going to let this run. Or I'm going to take 169, 170, right? I'm on 3 accounts. So to make another like $600 today on Friday is fine with me. But really, there's right? There's only one candle. There's only one candle that breaks us up and through 725, and then even like 735. 735 is another confirmation off of perp. Right? Why am I okay to bring stop loss into profit right now, even though I think there's opportunity to the top side? Well, because I don't want to be on the charts all day. So price is here dancing around the gold zone, and I'll let it dance. If it comes back down to tap me out, so be it. But I think I have just enough room for this candle to dance a little bit and hopefully go up, right? I need to take a quick call, guys. I need to take a quick call. I'm gonna be on mute, but I'll be here.